Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Oakfield Farm. We are gonna try and get going here. We have got Barry out on the rake at the moment there, and we're just trying to get a start on this. The weather looks like it's going to turn on this pretty quickly later on this afternoon there. So we are going to try and get this field done, get this lifted. This is the one we mowed just yesterday, and then we're going to move on to, we actually knocked down the headlands in the neighbouring field as well. So the aim is that we can kind of get through all of this, and then we should be good. It's looking pretty thin on the ground though over there, and in this field it's not much better either. It's we haven't got a great deal of it. We took 3 headlands off here, so 6 swaths, or 9 swaths, beg your pardon, and we're going to get those raked up just to get that clamp a little bit extra in there, but then the rest of it will go into bales. So we'll have to see how we get on, really. Jack is back at the yard getting himself ready, but what we're going to do is head back up there now, jump into the fent with the forage wagon on, and then we can get ourselves going here, really. It's the hope. It's going to be a little bit tight, because we have to come in through these 2 gates at the top here, because we just can't get in through the middle, because the forage wagon's just that bit too big. But yeah, we should get this all done. Shouldn't take too long, I don't think. Have to wait and see, though. So how are you all doing? Hope everyone is fantastic today. Do let us know what you're getting up to, what you're working on, and what you're driving at the moment as well. That'd be great. We are trying to wait for just the nicest gap in the weather so we can mow some more grass down. At the moment there, we've just got what you can see mowed down at the moment, whereas I've got an awful lot more that we need to get cracking with sooner rather than later. So we're just waiting for where I can get a good break in the weather, really. 4 or 5 days of decent weather so we can get it mowed, let it dry for a little bit in the field before getting it collected as well. So it's not quite fallen for us as it would perhaps like to. However, we're going to do what we can at the moment there. We've got everything started ready to roll. This pitch would hold a fair bit. It's a fair size there. It's a little bit awkward to get in and out of, but I'm sure as the more loads we tip, the better we'll be becoming at that. So we just have to take our time for the first couple. Nice to do something a little bit different with the fence as well. Get it working a little bit. Okay. And off we go down to the field. Make sure we don't clip the corner of the pit there. Perfect stuff. It's kind of a nice growing weather at the moment, which is great because our spring cereal crops do need that, but it's a pain when you're trying to get some anything else done. It really is. Got the combine serviced up the other day. That is all ready to go in there, so that's exciting. Be looking forward to get that one out. It won't be too long by now, actually. The days and weeks will fly by, and soon we'll be tucking into some spring barley. Okay. Be interesting to see just how long this actually takes to do this field, and see if it balances up or makes it worth a little bit more efficient, really, than say the whole tractors and trailers and the forager, baling and wrapping. Now the grass we have on the far side of the valley, that will be wrapped, bale wrapped, just because it's going to probably stay in the field there, I think. And it's a little bit easier just to get them all done and just wrapped and left out over there, and you know they're there, so you can go and collect them. You don't have to worry too much about them. We are going to have to get a little bit creative here, I think. We're going to have a bit of a loop-in turn onto the road. Looks like we're clean. There we go. Might be more of a difficulty coming out, actually, I think. But we'll worry about that when we need to. Okay, so we'll take the inside headland out first. Just so that doesn't disturb Barry on the rake there. We can get that done so when he's doing the lengths, it's not kind of in his way as much. Makes it a little bit easier for him to turn around. All we need to do is drop down the pickup reel, turn on the PTO, and then we're away. Cruise along. This big fent never even really feels that it's there, to be honest. It just glides along these slots. Excellent stuff. Really is quite a thin load of grass here, but I guess we're in a position now where we can't do much about that. We're just going to have to take what we can. We will likely try to get some organic matter onto here, be it slurry. Probably won't put any muck on if we try and get a second cut. If we have to, we'll put some nitrogen on as well, because we really do need to get a good second cut off this. And we've got some ground that we need to get hay out of as well. So that's kind of why we're rushing to get this first cut in, just so it gives a little, like another week or so of growing time, really. Especially if it's going to rain and be a bit nasty, then that's going to be perfect. Good growing conditions. We're actually flying on here. I think we should get all the way around one headland without the need to go and empty. We should be good there. I'm kind of following my own baling technique where I kind of slalom across the swath there, just to kind of make sure it's an even feed going through, so we pack every corner of the forage wagon out. I think that's first time using a forage wagon, so I think similar techniques can be applied. It seems to be working now, especially because it is such a small swath at the moment. Lots of birds around though, they're kind of really feasting. There is I think I mentioned it when we were mowing the other day, there's an awfully wet bit over there behind those trees, which is, we might not even try and get in there with the rake actually. It's just an area we cut down just to tidy up really. We might just end up, I'm tempted to put some kind of wild bird mixture in there, or put some wild bird seeds and just leave it really. Let it be what it wants to be, and put a game crop in there, and it's just not the best area at all. And typically we very seldom do anything with that or harvest it or make any silage off it. The grass is not that very good, and I think there's a spring in there and it just keeps flooding, so it's always a bit of a pain. Alright, headland number 1 done, so we'll just scoot on over and start with number 2. Just like that. Let's see how much further we get up here. I don't think we'll get too far. I might get this side done. It is looking like at the moment it's going to be a bit of a long drawn out spring, which typically when we've had that at Oakfield before there, it doesn't look good for the summer, I must admit. It usually means it's a wet summer ahead. So I really hope that isn't the case. But yeah, it doesn't look promising at the moment, that's for sure. And not a lot we can do really, just to try and plan and be as efficient as possible when that time comes for us to get going with any harvest. But could be another tricky year. We're still going. Still feeding in here nicely. Looks like Barry's just started on with the rows as well, so he's in good nick. Is that us? That's a beep there. Yeah, we are done. Alright then, so off we go. What's that, about a headland and a half, I think, give or take? That's not too bad at all. Ooh, watch the hedge. There we go. Perfect. So we have to go, like I say, down to the main road. We'll spin around there. We'll come back up to the yard, get this tipped, see how it's looking. And then we can get Jack working on the telehandler just to get this kind of worked in a little bit, get the corners of the pit sorted out, get the sides sorted out. You've always got to look after the sides first, make sure they're looking good. If you get the sides all taken care of, everything else will be just fine. But that's always the most important thing to look into. And then what we'll probably do as well, as soon as Barry finishes here with his raking, we'll drop off the rake and he can just go and roll the clamp as well to really take care of it. Oh, looking empty there, going to spin wide a bit. Nothing coming. There we go. Turn circle of the Titanic, but we made it. Excellent. So we're just going to take this all the way down. It's not the shortest haul. It's obviously a little bit of a large vehicle, so we've got to go a long way around there. But still, with one vehicle, with one machine, one forage wagon, we can still clear a fair few acres in a day. So it does kind of work out. If we had two would be unstoppable. But You know, that's something to review a different day. I don't even know how much one of these would cost. Actually, we've only got on lease, so we'd have to investigate the finances of all that before making a decision. But for now, I'm going to get this tipped into here. Shouldn't be too difficult, and then we'll be off to. If you swing to that, we'll be off to continue this. So we'll bring you some more highlights later on.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe, striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. Sleeping in the back of a van, roaming in the wilderness. We don't ever need a plan. We'll be alright, just you and I. Singing from the top of our lungs, dancing by the lakeside. Gonna do it while we're young. In a moment it will all be gone. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. Someday we will look back, and our hearts will be whole again. I want to remember all that happened to us. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back along. How are you doing? We've been busy. We've got field number 1 done, and right now we're just going to head along and start the headlands, which have all been rigged up already on the second field. Jack and Barry are now both on the pit. They're rolling that down there, which is slowly filling up. It's probably about half full at the moment. We've got about half a load on this forage wagon, so we're not far off being done. What we will try and do here is just jump in and fire up the forage wagon, drop the box down. We'll take off these end rows, I think. That might just about do us. And then we'll head back up to the yard and see what that's looking like. So, yeah, we're making some decent progress. We'll be about another hour or so to get this done, and then that's everything mowed down, done so far. And then we can look into try and get the rest of this baled. The land up on the hill on the far side there, that's not even mowed yet, so not too concerned about that bit. Just what my main aim was to get this done and in the pit before the rain arrived, which is later on this evening now. Actually, it's kind of moved forward a little bit, so I think we should be good for that. We should get that all done, which will be quite the relief. Okay, just lift that up here. Spin around. The forage box is actually going very quickly so far. It's been an interesting experiment, but we seem to have found a good rhythm right now. And once you do that, because of the sheer size of this thing, you can really get some acres cleared. So we've done very well on that front then, so I'm quite happy with it all thus far. So we're looking forward to seeing how we get on there. Might be something for us to think about moving forward as well. There's a good opportunity there, but again, we'll just have to wait and see really. As we continue to lift the two, and that being said, we are going quite quickly. As I've touched on a few times, it is a very thin crop, so that might be aiding our speed somewhat. I did get the drone out there a little bit before, so you hopefully saw a few aerial shots of us making some good progress. And now it's all about just getting into the shed and getting this all wrapped up. But yeah, it's a little bit wet down here as well, where we had the sheep in here. They kind of paddled around a little bit by the troughs there, which is. It means, yeah, it's a little bit. It holds its water a little bit here, a little bit too well. So a lot of surface water at times as well there. So even less grass on this bit, but we'll survive. We'll make our way through. Oh, and that's just done there by the looks of things. So around we go. Now, to have 2 forage boxes would be pretty perfect, actually. We'd really be able to get cracking along. One on the John Deere, one on here. And yeah, we'd really get some acres cleaned. A lot of people have asked me why we, you know, if a forage harvester would be a better way to go. And whilst yes, it would be great to have one, I don't have the contracting work for one, and I certainly don't have the acreage to do one for my own stuff. So it just wouldn't be justifiable. And as it is right now, you know, the tractors I do have are used thoroughly throughout the seasons and throughout the year, but a forager just would not be justifiable at this time. This is a little bit dicey here. We just have to do a bit of a turn on the road. There we go. Nice. So there's probably about another 3 loads, I would say. Another 2 loads actually, because we came into this field half full. Another 2 loads in there for us to do, and then we'll be good to go. So that's not too bad. We're gonna hold on to this forage box until tomorrow, I think. Anyway, so we've got a little bit of time. Okay, in we go. That's a dog. Where are they around here? I like to go nice and slowly. Oh, there's one. Excellent. And there's 2. Brilliant. So you can see the pit is really coming along there now. We're really starting to get filled up, which is fantastic. What we're going to do is we're going to get this load tipped and then really continue in. I'm just going to stick the nose into here a little bit, I think. And I'm trying to start getting a little bit of a one-way system going at the moment now, which does seem to be working out very handily indeed. And right now, because of where the silage is, I just kind of tip it about here or so, a bit further back. And then Barry on the Manitou can sort it all out from there. But let's have a look at what's going on here. Starting to look really nice actually. Starting to really come along, get leveled out quite nicely indeed. So we'll probably get, like I said, there's a few more loads to go into here, which we'll keep cracking along with and see what we can do. But yeah, ultimately, not much left to go into here. Like I said, another couple of loads and then we'll all be done. So we're going to leave it here for now. Thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed this latest episode. If you have, don't forget to hit the like button, smash that subscribe button, Simulation for the Nation, and we will see you in the next one. So until then, have yourself a great day, enjoy what you're doing as always, but most importantly, happy farming.